Yeah, I'm like, we've already been at Chick-fil-A, already been at In-N-Out Burger. I'm like,
I know, we went to Five Guys, so now we'll top it off with some Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. She can hear you way better.
you hear me? Check, check. Check, check. Well, Mr. Will Damrath, are you ready for more hockey this weekend?
You bet. I can't seem to get away from the rink here on a cold January 7th Saturday night in Denver, Colorado. Alan Waters, how are you tonight?
Doing good. No better place to be. South Suburban. Coming live from the South Suburban Sports Complex for another RJ Raiders game this evening. We'll be facing off against the Heritage Eagles. For you guys at home, Will and I back in the broadcast booth, trying to fill some big shoes here. Elijah, I've always mixed them up. Ish, tuning in probably. Ish, usually your play-by-play guy. And I think we've got a couple of gals that oftentimes do the color commentating that are out of town as well. So
yeah,
we're filling some big shoes here, Will.
And to make it even harder on us, they've switched up the numbers on half the roster. So hopefully we get most of that correct tonight. We know most of the boys, but not necessarily the numbers.
Like riding a bike. We'll be back into this after a shift or two. And with that said, why don't we run through the lineup for this evening? We got number 17, Ian Beck, in the first line, centering number 26, Michael Manville, and 19, Carter Schick on the left side. Mr. Michael Manville had a pretty good evening. Last 16 seconds of the game were spectacular. I heard yesterday's game was just off the charts. I didn't get a chance to see it. You didn't either?
High school hockey at its best, I didn't, but I've heard the stories, and by all accounts, what a great game and what a great atmosphere.
Number 26, Michael Manville, finishing, from what I understand, at the 16 seconds remaining in the third period to close it. I got to go back and watch that. I know we just said we had a lot of hockey this weekend, but Sunday, I think I'm going to spend part of my Sunday watching that varsity game last night. Second line today, 13, and our sponsors for the game, Geneve and Jason Yehaya. 13, Connor Yehaya, centering number 27, Cameron Blattbat on the right side, and then Reese Peterson, 25, on the left. Our third line tonight is going to be 18, Parker Brenner, who I think sunk one yesterday too. Heard he got one on the first shift in the first period. He's going to have Drew Lorenzo on the right side and Nico Pinero, number 22, on the left. And then I imagine we're going to be rotating we'll be swinging those three centers. We've got a fourth line with two wingers. Eli Ash, number 2, and number 28, Kellen Scalarud, in his first varsity game.
Kellen Scalarud, and to mention, stop there for a second, Kellen, number 28 tonight on varsity, and Liam Waters, number 7, got the call up. Those are two of our leaders on the JV squad, and really excited to be in the lineup tonight.
Well, you know, I've been watching that number 7, Liam Waters, for about 12 years of hockey.
That's a few years.
And all those 12 years, he's been number 8. So that's going to be a tough one on me. Going to have to pick up the skating stride. Number 7 is Liam Waters today. So our defensive pairings, Dylan Perrin-Joppi, number 4. With he's going to be paired up with number 6, Ryan Williams, always reliable, great two-way player, Ryan Williams. And then, as the aforementioned number 7, Liam Waters, on the left side with our captain, number 5, Chase Patterson, and Luke Miller, number 20, paired up with Matthew Carter. And then we got one other player in the lineup, number 9, Luke Damrath, who I think is probably going to be playing a little bit of both D and forward today. I imagine he'll find that center spot in that fourth line, and probably be put on a few D shifts as well. He's kind of our, he's
utility
guy. Thank you. I lost words there. Utility guy. Then I believe number 33, Ryan Miller, is going to be our starting goaltender. So yeah, a couple call-ups today. We got Mr. Scalarud and Mr. Waters playing their first varsity games through their Regis High School career.
Exciting for those guys, and I know their teammates are real supportive and excited for them as well. Both those guys played earlier this evening, so they're doing a double header as well.
No excuses, Will.
Well, they're just warmed up. They ought to be starting at full speed. So we've got Regis here, is the away team, dressed in their red uniforms, red gloves, red helmets, trimmed out in the white stripes, looking pretty sharp. And the Heritage Eagles are the home team tonight in their gray uniforms with their red and gray breezers, trimmed out with the red stripes and the socks and the blue numbers, kind of a tricolor. So we're looking forward to a great contest. This facility, for those of you who don't know, is a brand new 3-rink facility built by South Suburban a few years ago. And this middle rink, rink number 2, is the premier rink to have these high school hockey games on the weekend nights. It's a really good venue, great viewing, great atmosphere. So, and it can hold a lot of high school kids in the stands.
So with the win last night, what do we have for a record for our RJ Raiders?
We are 4-1-1 in the
regular season, the Chassa season.
So let me pull it up here. So not all the teams in the division have played the same number of games. Regis has played 6 games, 4-1-1, sitting at 4th place with 9 points. The 3 teams above them have played 8, 6, and 7 games. So not necessarily indicative of what even play would be. But Cherry Creek sits at number 1 with 12 points. They are 6-2. Monarch at 5-1 with 10 points. Denver East 5-2.
All right, we're calling up the lineup. Mr. Carter Schick. Michael Manville, big goal last night, Mr. Manville. And Ryan Miller. And Liam Waters gets to take the blue line here. And Kellen Skalrud. Awesome.
At forward, number 92, Gavin Go. At forward, number 9, Luke Sokolowski. At defense, number 2, Joe Scott. At defense, number 24, Ben Bresnahan. At goal, number 1, Easton Jones.
All right, and away we go. 17 minutes. First period, Will, here we go. What do you know about this Heritage program?
Well coached, good group. They don't carry as many players on their roster. A good buddy of mine, Jim Scott's son, senior Joe Scott, assistant captain on this team. He's a really solid defenseman, so look for them to have quicker shifts with a shorter lineup and a good battle tonight.
So a big challenge coming off a big high last night after a big win. We got a fairly talented program here in Heritage, but it's oftentimes you get a little bit of a letdown after coming off a big game like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
so keys to the game, what do we got to focus on?
You know, I think Regis is at a point now where, they've gotten the fall season out of the way. They've got a lot of chemistry developed on their individual lines, so I think they want to just keep their consistency and start out fast and strong. We got Kellen Skellerud here taking the draw. Draw slips through the D Waters, but chipped into the corner. Waters is back with a hard hit. Rimmed around to Carter Schick, up to Kellen Skellerud through the middle. Kellen across the line, just off sides. Manville jumped the line a little bit.
I thought he recovered there. I thought he got his foot back over the line, and that was an onside, but nonetheless, can't change that at this point in time. It's offside. Same line stays out there, continues.
Yeah, so we got Patterson and Liam Waters out there, Skellerud with Manville and Schick. Puck comes up to the wall. Manville chips to Schick, just over the line. And Heritage knocks out just across the blue line for another face-off, and they're going to go for a line change here. So
33 seconds into the game, we've had 2 offsides.
Yeah.
A little bit of a slow start to the game. We'll get the feel for it. Fresh lines, fresh legs coming out.
Looks like we got maybe Blackbat, Brenner, and Lorenzo out there. Ryan Williams and Dylan Paranjape.
Yeah.
Face-off win to Heritage across the line. He's got a man in front. Paranjape takes away the pass and a quick shot, but an easy save.
Well, if we didn't have the numbers matched up with the names, I think a stoppage every 15 seconds in this game will give us that opportunity.
Might be helpful. We're going to have a defensive zone face-off here. Brenner wins it to the wall. Battle on the half wall here. Paranjape comes up with it to Brenner. Brenner through the neutral zone, and he's got Lorenzo driving the middle. Poked off his stick into the corner, and Lorenzo's back to cycle that. Tries to squeeze it out in front, and Pinero is back there to cycle. Quick shot wide of the net by Paranjape. Lorenzo and Brenner battling in the corner. Pinero picks that up. Puck gets thrown up high to the point man, Williams.
Yeah.
And Williams stops it at the blue line and throws it back in. And Heritage will have to regroup with a little bit of pressure from Blackbat and Pinero on the wall. Dangerous play. Blackbat feeds Pinero, and he just fires one off the near side high of the net.
Hey, like good hockey programs to do, they had possession of the puck and they stretched it out. They had their forwards all the way up on the other blue line, but they never got out of their own zone. Well,
nope.
So Williams held the line, pinched a little bit, and kept it in the zone. We got a face-off in the offensive zone with 15-17 to go in the first period.
We got Damrath and Miller out on D. We got Connor Ihaya with the face-off. And he's playing with Peterson. And Blackbat actually is out now, so I had the number wrong last shift. Apologies there.
You got nothing to apologize about. Been studying it for 5 minutes.
We'll get it. We'll get it down here. The puck cycled back in the Heritage end. Heritage still trying to break it out. Under pressure from Blackbat. Reverses behind the net. It's got Peterson on him, Blackbat. Now Ihaya break into the net. Shot wide of the net. Damrath can't keep it in. It's checked on the wall here, and Heritage is up 2-on-1 with a guy driving the net. Nice move to the net, almost in. Luke Miller gets the body and the puck. Nice pad save by the goaltender.
That's 2 odd man rushes against us in the first few minutes of the game. They're keeping their wingers high. They're blowing through that neutral zone quickly. Got to be careful of that. Want to see those odd man rushes too often.
Yeah, they've got a guy in the neutral zone high.
Yeah.
Chase Patterson back to collect it. With 1 man on. He uses the net for protection. Comes up through, feeds Schick. Schick will dump it in with Ian Beck going to chase in the corner. Ian Beck and Schick now picks it up, tries a feed to Manville in front, but a skate by Heritage deflects it. Beck cycles it back down into the corner. That puck went up, I thought, into the rafters, but must not have been.
No.
Heritage will come and collect it back again. Chips high off the glass to the neutral zone, and that'll come all the way down. They're going to call an icing.
Yeah, they got their forwards high. They got guys deep in the neutral zone. They're, like I said, pushing the deep in that neutral zone real quickly. Risk and reward, right? Well.
Yeah.
So
Heritage is definitely going to stretch the ice to pull some of the pressure off and keep the D back and throw those pucks high off the glass. But if they get caught on a good forecheck, there's going to be some zone time for Regis. So Scalarud with the draw again. He's out there with Reese Peterson this time. And Eli Ash. Dylan Paranjape regroups in the neutral zone. Over to Ryan Williams. He chips high off the glass, and that's an offsides.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Scalarud played just got out of a game. Got a lot of ice time too, so he's coming into this probably a little bit tired, but he's probably a little bit stoked up too, right?
Yeah.
So
Kellen's one of those fitness freaks. He's in great shape. I got all the confidence in the world that he's not only warmed up, he's still ready for 3 more periods of hockey.
Okay, I like it.
It's a battle on the wall on the right-hand side down in the Heritage zone. 2 Regis players forechecking. They'll go over to the opposite corner. Skellerud and Peterson down there, and Eli Ash into the battle. Eli Ash tries to slip one through the legs, and Skellerud right in front on his stick tries to go 5-hole, and a nice save. So there's Kellen.
Yeah.
Second shift of the game with a grade A opportunity.
He did a great job. So a little scramble in the corner. He did a great job staying on the defensive side of the puck. In fact, as the F3 stayed high in the slot, got rewarded with an opportunity. Just couldn't get a good shot off, but good scoring chance.
Yep, so we'll have Brunner centering Pinero and Lorenzo now. Face-off draw back to Waters. Shot hits Lorenzo in the back and bounces out. Heritage is up through the neutral zone, but a hard hit by Luke Miller just across the blue line. Waters cycles back to Miller. Breakout pass up to Brenner. Lorenzo and Waters battling on the wall there. Brenner comes back for support, and now Pinero on the neutral zone forecheck. Luke Miller steps up just across the red line. Drew
Nice
Lorenzo
job.
chips it across the blue line and cycles it deep. Drew Lorenzo harassing Heritage in the corner. All they can do is cycle it up the wall.
A 1-on-4, by the way.
And Ihai has come into the game with a hard forecheck down on the wall, and he's got support. Pinero, second man in, chips it off the glass and keeps it in. Blattbat on the wall. Finally, Heritage chips it up and out. But Matthew Carter is there to support Waters, and it's a delayed offside, so they have to regroup. Matthew Carter behind the net to pick it up. He goes for a stretch pass, but there's a line change, so Heritage intercepts and puts it back down. Carter again behind the net. 2 guys on, but he gets the puck up the wall to Reese Peterson. Peterson rims it back up.
Stretch it, there you go.
And Ihai tries to hit Blattbat, but that's just off his stick and going to be an icing. So yeah, Heritage had 2 guys on the forecheck, Allen, below the goal line there, trying to put some pressure on Carter, and he was able to chip it off the wall to get that breakout.
Blattbat saw it too, so he knew he was going to go back on the strong side or up the boards. And he left the zone. If that was a little softer touch pass in the neutral zone, a little area pass, that would have been a clear breakaway for Blattbat.
So Ian Beck wins the draw over to Matthew Carter. High off, tries to go off the glass, but hits the netting, so that'll be a
That at the NHL level would be a penalty.
Indeed it would.
It's not here. We don't use that play often enough, I think. Under pressure. That one wasn't intended by any means.
Ian Beck wins another draw back to himself. Heritage intercepts and cycles it back down low, but Matthew Carter is there. Shot off of Chase Patterson. Bounces off his shoulder back to Heritage, but Manville is there to intercept up to Beck. Beck's going to regroup back low. And he dishes over to Carter.
No, it was a pass to himself again. He tried to hit Carter.
Heritage picks that up. Good forecheck by Michael Manville, forcing a dump in play. Carter Schick on the forecheck now. Heritage turns the other direction. Dangerous move through and a turnover, and Manville's got it with a guy across the net just off the skate of a Heritage defender. But Schick picks it up. He's got Scalarud in front. along with Manville, and all Heritage can do is ice that puck. And Scalarid must have taken a slash. He's shaking his wrist out there.
They shake it off. 9:46 to go in the first period.
All right, so we're going to have Eli Ash out there. Scalarid taking the draw with Reese Peterson now. Ryan Williams at the point with Dylan Paranjape. Heritage getting harassed by Peterson. Can't get it out. Over to Eli Ash. Nice centering pass to Scalarid, but just off his stick.
That just started with a great step up by Ryan Williams on the point.
Yep, and another
Good
step
pinch.
up by Dylan Paranjape.
Yeah.
Puts it off the goalie's paddle, and it's behind the net. Eli Ash picks it up.
And Williams
Ryan
again.
Williams down hard into the corner, and a big body on the Heritage defenseman. Finally, the puck's up and out over to Paranjape. Back to Ash, back to Paranjape, and loses it momentarily, dangerously in front, but a nice save. And Reese Peterson throws that to Scalarid. Eli Ash with the loose puck chipped in deep. He's going to stop on the wall. Reese Peterson comes down for support. Parker Brenner hoping that puck squirts out, goes down below, but Heritage is up on a one-on-one against Luke Miller. Shot off of his ankle into the corner. Luke Damrath with the check. And there's Parker Brenner, picks it up behind the net. And there's a 2-on-2 developing here with a line change for Regis. Parker with a nice shot on net. Got a little bit of a deflection there. The goalie had to adjust his glove to make that save.
He stumbled coming out of the gates there. I think if he hadn't coming around the net, he was going to be clear sailing through that neutral zone with high speed. He recovered well, got a good shot on that.
So Pinero on the draw. Lorenzo shifts over on the forecheck. And Damrath steps up to keep that puck in. Heritage finally throws that up and out, but it's going to be played back to Damrath.
Ooh,
Damrath with a dangerous turnover, but recovers. And Heritage with a loose puck in front, can't get a shot off, and Parker Brenner's going to come back, pick that up. Parker Brenner with a nice toe drag through the neutral zone, but a 1-on-3, gets his glove knocked off, and Heritage throws that up the wall. Drew Lorenzo on the forecheck. Rotating over is Pinero. Stops it at the blue line, but Heritage finally gets it up and out. Matthew Carter sends that over to Chase Patterson, who's going to throw that cross corner on the dump in. Pinero battling in the corner, gets intercepted by Heritage. Heritage button hooks the other way. Dangerous move through the slot, but gets away with it and comes across the red line, but into the skate of his teammate for an offside.
So no real zone containment at this point in time. 7:06 to go in the first period, and haven't seen a lot of pressure on either end, at least sustained pressure. A little back and forth, and I'd also define it as a little bit of sloppy hockey thus far.
Yep. A little bit high up on the draw here. Won by Heritage and dumped in. Paranjape harassed behind the net by two Heritage players. Gets it just over the stick on the blue line.
Nice look, lap bat.
Lap bat with a nice feed to Ihaya coming across the blue line, but that puck went all the way across and out for an offside.
Yes, the 41st offside of the first period.
Yeah,
Been a lot of them. That's part of the sloppy hockey.
Timing's a little bit off. With 6:52 left in the first, we're still at 0-0. Ihaya wins the draw over to Blattbat. He'll send it deep. Reese Peterson on the forecheck. Comes all the way up to Paranjape. Over to Williams, but that's up and out. Williams has to send it back in, but Heritage quickly out. Williams gets there and chips to the neutral zone. The Blattbat up to Ihaya. Ihaya with a quick shot over the net. Chase Patterson down in the corner. Ryan Williams over to Ihaya behind the net. Ihaya reverses, gets checked hard, but Williams is still down low. Williams with a nice move between the legs. Heritage finally gets a stick on it. High off the glass, intercepted by Williams again, and he'll throw that toward the net. Reese Peterson from a very sharp angle puts one off
There
the
it
net.
is.
Flat bat on his stick in front, and a beautiful save. Heritage comes up with the rebound finally after a flurry in front out.
Good scoring opportunity. Good hard working shift there by that line.
Ryan Williams came down the wall hard and found himself down in the corner for about 30 seconds, creating havoc, and had a forward come back on the point to help out.
It was Ihaya that at one point in time just decided that, okay, we've got the puck, we got possession in the corner. I'm going to make some noise out front.
Yep. Ian Beck is going to take the draw. Luke Miller and Liam Waters on the point. Ian wins the draw himself and gets his own shot. Good rebound, and Heritage just clears all the way down the ice. Liam Waters partners to Luke Miller. Luke Miller up to Carter Schick, but just off his stick, intercepted in the neutral zone. And Ian Beck back to collect that puck.
Beck won that last face-off forward on purpose. That was a nifty little play. The defender, the other center for Heritage, failed to take his man, and Beck had a good look, a good opportunity, just drove the net.
Beck cycling behind the net with Manville down behind and Schick on the other side. Liam Waters tries to feed Manville. Liam Schick, what a beautiful backhand feed to Ian Beck. Nice save by the goalie. Liam Waters with a shot off the defenseman. He's going to go high off the glass. Liam gloves it, puts it back toward the net, but off a shin pad of a Heritage player. One-on-one with a hard back check. And all he can do is feed it back up, and Michael Manville's there to intercept it. Michael Manville up the ice with Schick. 2-on-4, not much going to happen here, but Schick somehow comes up with it.
Never say never.
Two players go down. Schick battling. Referee's in the battle now. Referee doing his best to backpedal out of the way. Heritage comes up with it. Chips it high off the glass, and Chase Patterson stands up at the blue line.
Oh, stretch it out.
Chase Patterson looking up high. Hits Scalarid just inside the red line. That's a hand pass by Heritage. It went up in the air. Kellen chipped at it. Heritage player got his glove on it, and when it hit the ice, they touched it again, so that'll be a hand pass.
So I was commenting on that last face-off one with Ian Beck, and you get out there, you get a feel for the game, and I'm sure Beck realized after 2 or 3 face-offs, he wasn't getting tied up on those face-offs and thought, I got a clear lane to the net, and he took advantage of it. He's a creative hockey player. His hockey IQ is off the charts, Will.
Yep. Face-off win. Chase Patterson goes cross ice, and a nice shot and a save by Heritage. Puck gets cycled back up high to Patterson. Nice. Patterson makes a nifty move at the blue line and walks it in with a ricochet off the defenseman on net. And a penalty is called, looks like on Heritage.
We'll get the call here in a second.
Broken play in front, a lot of times that'll create a penalty because the players are positioning themselves for the kind of shot they think's coming, and then the deflection sends it the other way and they're out of position.
And all started by Patterson with a nice little move, nice little deke on the blue line. Right here.
Looks like we got Connor Ihaya is going to take the draw.
I got to get used to that. 13, Ihaya.
Pinero on the right. And might be Eli Ash out there with them. He is.
2, yep.
Parker Brenner.
And then Williams on D.
Yep. So we've got Pinero. Looks like he's up high on this power play. And his shot is deflected by a stick, and there'll be a face-off.
We'll see if we get a face-off win set up, get some zone containment. 1:36 to go on the penalty, 3:14 to go in the first period. Let's get some shots on net here, Will.
Yeah. You got Pinero up high with Ryan Williams. Ihaya taking the draw, Brenner and Eli Ash. Eli Ash is going to be net front. Puck comes across to Miller. Back over to Brenner. Back to Miller in the middle. Back to Brenner. Brenner's going to look. Cross ice. Just mishandles the puck, so they're going to reset.
That's Williams on the point.
Narrow over to Williams. Over to Brenner. Brenner looks low. Down to Ihaya. Deflected. Tried to get that to Eli in front. Great A chance by Miller right in front, and Eli Ash just off his stick was on the side of the net. Great looking opportunity there. Heritage finally gets the clear with about 1 minute gone in the penalty. Regis is going to put a new unit out there. It looks like Ian Beck has come onto the ice. Reese Peterson, Carter Schick. Michael Manville battling on the wall to get control. Schick finally gets control with Manville's help. Ian Beck with a chance just off the skate of Heritage, so they're going to try and get it up high, and they do. Chase Patterson up high, over to Manville. Manville tries a shot deflected by Heritage. Ian Beck behind the net, over to Peterson. Peterson's got a couple guys Schick in front, just off the shaft of his stick, deflected high into the netting.
Getting some text from our
Is it that bad, Alan?
They're saying, welcome back to the broadcast booth,
It's been
guys.
a while. It's been a while. We're a little rusty here, folks.
I didn't even get a chance to read the whole thing, but Geneve, hello, Geneve. Thank you for sponsoring the game. 1:52 to go in the first period.
All right, Beck, Schick, Manville out there with Patterson and Perrin Jape. 14 seconds left in the penalty and a offensive zone face-off here. Face-off win to Schick. Tries to center it out to Manville. Deflected over to Perrin Jape. Perrin Jape across to Patterson. Patterson's going to walk in. Shoots one intentionally wide into the net looking for a deflection. Perrin Jape gets a nice shot with a blocker save, but it's cycled back down low.
Even strength there.
Yep, even strength we are. Heritage still having trouble getting the puck out, finally bring it out to Perrin Jape. He sends it right back in.
Don't know what that was for.
Sure, the ref's pointing down here.
It's going back in the D zone, so maybe, I don't know what that was.
Could have been a hand hit us. I don't think Regis touched it after Beck.
Hand pass would have been face off in the same where the infraction was, so maybe a high stick. Coming back in the D zone, I'm going to guess a high stick.
Yeah. All right, Brenner's going to take the draw here. He's got Pinero out there. Luke Damarath on D with Luke Miller. And Blattbat on the left-hand side. Puck comes up to Blattbat. He chips it off the wall. He's in a race. Drops it to Brenner. Brenner tries to feed it in front to Pinero. And defenseman for Heritage made a nice play breaking that up with his stick.
That's just great communication. We got a 3-on-2 there. Beautiful little drop pass by Blattbat. That's probably coming through some great communication on the ice. I could hear it all the way from over here from the bench. 3-3-3. Nice little drop pass. Almost got the backdoor play there for a goal. 52.8 seconds to go in the first period.
Brenner on the draw. Heritage comes up with it. This play through the middle. Damarath picks that up. Feeds the wing. Battle with Pinero on the wall. Damarath battling in the corner. Now Miller comes back and Brenner picks it up. Brenner looking to stretch some ice. Makes a nice toe drag, but intercepted by Heritage in front. And a chance near side. Good save by Miller. Blattbat chips it off the wall to Pinero. Pinero's one-on-one, makes a nifty move. Holy cow, that was a play.
That was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
That was a 1-on-2, Alan.
Stumbled coming out of our D zone there a little bit to begin. But when we got it up into that neutral zone, it's Mr. Pinero, right? That's who.
Nico Pinero.
Nico Pinero.
Unbelievable. That was a play that was absolutely individual effort. It was a 1-on-2.
And a dangle on top of a dangle, followed by a dangle.
Just a beautiful goal.
Cuts across the middle. Drops it in the back door. Absolutely gorgeous goal, Mr. Nico Pinero, and there's the replay for you folks at home. Just wrapped it up. All right, 1-0 Regis lead, 10.3 seconds to go in the first period.
Well, that's a nice little momentum boost before the end of the period for Regis. So we're going to wind down here with the Beck line.
Oh,
maybe one more chance. And won't. Time expiring. That had a chance, Alan.
Yeah, I think, one of the things that I'm caught saying probably most often when we're in the defensive zone setup is get in the lane. You want those wingers to get in the lane and stop a shot that's going at the net. And hats off to the linesman, did a perfect job at the end of the period, getting in the lane to prevent a shot on net. So if not, we might have been able to sneak one in for a 2-0 lead. But so be it. It's a 1-0 lead with the period expiring. A little bit of a clumsy, challenge to the start of the contest there, but second half of the first period a little stronger.
Credit to Heritage. They've been getting in the lanes. They've blocked a lot of shots, have been blocked or deflected by feet, skates, sticks in the Heritage zone. So they've got to be proud of the way they've kept to this game, and just with time expiring in the first, Regis finally gets one.
So we got a Zam break, and just like in real life, after 17 minutes of work, I get a break.
I'm going to study the roster and the numbers.
We'll be back with you guys in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. All right, back to action here. We got the Regis Raiders skating up to the face-off circle here momentarily. 17 minutes for the second period.
Fresh sheet of ice at the South Suburban Sports Complex.
1-0 lead for the RJ Raiders.
Got a couple of year-old players, Alan, on the Heritage team. We
Sacco.
got to mention the Sokolowski boys, Sam and Luke, number 9 and number 96.
Feels like yesterday, but the kids have about tripled in size.
Face-off win to Heritage, and they're going to regroup back below their blue line. Harassed by Brenner in the neutral zone.
It's great pressure by Brenner.
Backhand chip to the neutral zone, just off the stick of Balatbat. Heritage is going to come back 2-on-2. Number 29 comes wide with a nice hard shot and a good blocker save by Miller. Back behind to Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams looks up ice, cross ice. He's going to throw one high off the glass in the neutral zone. That's going to be an icing.
Heritage coming with speed through the neutral zone, Will, and got us a little flat-footed, but Williams does a great job keeping him to the outside. Generally speaking, shots from the outside of the dots do not have a high scoring percentage. Goaltender's responsibility at that point in time is to stop those ones, and they should, and he did.
Okay, D-zone face-off on the right side, won by Heritage, and a quick shot on net and a save, and that'll be another whistle.
Maybe the game plan for Heritage coming out of the locker room is just lots and lots of shots anywhere.
Yeah. Chase Patterson out there on defense. Michael Manville, Carter Schick, and Ian Beck out there, and Matthew Carter's the other defenseman. And another scramble in front and a loose puck smothered by the goalie. So yeah, Heritage is...
Yeah, 55 seconds into the second period, they've had 3 shots on net. Not all good high quality scoring chances, but action down low anyways. Yeah, 16:05 to go in the second period.
Face off and another shot on net from the point. Matthew Carter chips that up to Michael Manville. Carter Schick's going to pick that up wide. He's got one man to beat, and he's just going to throw it on net. A rebound behind. Heritage picks that up with some speed. Actually, Michael Manville went down in the corner, and Heritage dumps it deep. Chase Patterson's just going to chip it up the wall to Ian Beck. Ian Beck's got Manville, who went down and got late back through the neutral zone, tried a stretch pass, but just behind him. And Ian Beck, a good back check. Come up, throw that up the wall, just off the stick of Manville. Heritage is going to regroup again. They go cross ice through the neutral zone. Good stick by Luke Miller to put that into the corner. Chase Patterson with a hard hit behind the net. Ian Beck fires it to Manville, but that was a saucer pass with a little bit too mustard on it, Alan.
Yeah, we're caught back on our heels a little bit here in the first 2 minutes of the second period. Let's get some energy. Let's get the puck in deep. See if we can get some zone time in our offensive zone.
Liam Waters out there with Luke Miller on D. Reese Peterson, it looks like Ihaya taking the draw. And Eli Ash comes up with it. They've got to rush over to Peterson through the neutral zone, 2-on-2. Peterson feeds Ash in the middle, but good stick by Heritage. Luke Miller steps up just across the red line and throws that back in for Ihaya. Heritage chips out to the neutral zone, but Liam Waters steps up hard and breaks that play up in the neutral zone. Heritage throws one out front all the way up to the D, and a shot low off the blocker. Back up to the other D. He's going to cycle that back down behind the net. Heritage cycling back and forth. Back up to the point. All the D can do is put it high off the glass and back behind the net. Luke Miller gets beat to the puck, but gets a good stick on it. Eli Ash is going to chip that high and up, but they glove it and throw it back down into the corner. Luke Miller reverses the play back to Eli Ash. Eli Ash stood up on the wall with Liam Waters battling. Reese Peterson comes over to help. Heritage wheels out of the corner. Shot deflected over the net. They're going to cycle behind. Up the Willie, steps across the circle. Nice step up. I believe that was by Ihaya, Allen. Break that play up, and he comes off for a line change, and Brenner comes out. Waters and Miller still out there, and a turnover to Brenner right in front, but a tie-up by Joe Scott in front. Good play breaking that up by Joe Scott on Brenner. They come across the blue line. Karen Jape breaks that puck up. Ryan Williams tries to sweep the puck, and Paranjape battling in the corner. Brenner back to help. Ryan Williams now in a support position with Pinero in front of the net. Puck finally comes out to Heritage. He goes up to the defenseman, and another quick shot and a deflection, but a save by Miller. Ryan Williams tries to feed that up the half wall to Pinero. Finally does, up high off the glass, and Pinero's on a race. So another one-on-one. Pinero tries a nifty move again, and that could have been a second one-on-one.
Yeah, so about just over 4 minutes into the second period, and all of our chances are coming off the rush, right? We're one and done. Good back check by Heritage for the most part, but good forecheck more importantly. They came out flying in the second period. Lots of energy, whatever the message to their team was by their coach. They've come out with some wheels, some energy.
Carter and Patterson at the point. Carter throws one toward the net, deflected off the skate of Heritage. Ian Beck back up to Carter, over to Patterson. Patterson just chips it down behind the net to Manville. Manville cycling with Schick. Tries to toe drag in front, but gets checked by two defensemen. Carter's going to try and throw that back down in. He does to Manville. He's got somebody in front, but nice defensive play by Heritage to break up that pass. Manville cycling back down to Schick again. He's got Ian Beck in front. Heritage is up through the neutral zone, 2-on-2. They throw one deep into the zone. Chase Patterson collects that puck over to Miller, up to Schick. Schick looking for Beck, but turns it over at the blue line, and a quick shot and a whistle.
Yep, Beck had cleared the zone there already. The Heritage player holding the line, and we had our first little bit of offensive pressure there. Really coming from Carter just making a couple of smart plays on the D line. Good D-to-D pass, and again another pinch to dump it in deep. Simple plays.
We got Damrath and Miller there on defense. Reese Peterson out there with Eli Ash and Connor Ihaya. Battle in the corner with Luke Miller and Ihaya. Eli Ash on the half wall. Damrath picks up the guy in front. Heritage cycling behind. Luke Miller following his man. And
here we go.
Loose puck, 3-on-2 developing here, but a hard back check. So Reese Peterson is going to take that wide, feeds to the middle, just off the stick of his player. Damrath checked hard at the blue line, trying to keep that puck in.
It's going to be a charge.
And he draws a penalty.
Rough, yeah. So Luke, without any options, decides to go World Cup style and try to a little football/soccer kick with his left leg. He's a little off balance, and the Heritage player takes a bit of a run at him. I don't know if that, I think that was ultimately called a roughing. Could have been called a roughing, a charging, either way. So off to the sin bin for 2 minutes, and the Raiders are going to get a power play at 11:08 of the second period, up 1-0.
Get this unit again with Brenner, Pinero, Ryan Williams, Ihaya, and I think Eli Ash in front. Brenner with a feed, just fanned on it in this nice scoring position. That puck's up and out. They're going to have to regroup. So Pinero brings it across the blue line wide. He fans on the pass back to the point, but it's picked up behind by Ihaya and just off his stick, so all the way back down again. And Ryan Williams, all by himself, down in his end, uses his big body to protect the puck. He comes up with it. He feeds Ian Beck just across the red line, but off his stick. Ian Beck gains the zone, goes wide into the corner. protects the puck, and finally gets it up high to the point.
Passes are just a little off here, Will.
Yeah. Peterson tried to feed Chase Patterson. Peterson tried to feed Patterson just off his stick.
There we go.
Cross ice to Ian Beck. Nice jump opportunity just wide of the net. That's the look they were looking for, Alan.
Yeah.
But you're exactly right. The puck is just
It's not sticking.
a little bit off.
1, 2, 3.
Beck all the way across ice to Peterson. Nice look there, but again wide of the net. Patterson to Peterson. Peterson dumps it cross corner to Beck. Beck looks back to Peterson. Peterson's going to throw one on net off the stick of Heritage. They try and clear, but Ian Beck intercepts. Back up to Patterson. Patterson's going to throw a quick one on net.
Up in the air.
Deflected again off a Heritage player, and Heritage will finally clear. So
back to even strength at 9:08 to go in the second. There's a stretch pass.
stretch pass to Lorenzo, just off his stick. Heritage is going to try and clear high off the glass. Gloved by Ian Beck, but up and out of the zone. Cross ice through the neutral zone. Heritage tries to feed their player across the blue line. I believe that's Sokolowski, the team captain. Patterson evades in the corner, steps up, makes a nice cross pass to Michael Manville, or excuse me, that's Kellen. Kellen in the game again. Feeds the middle to Lorenzo. And Heritage is going to dump that wide, and Luke Miller chasing into the corner. Luke Miller and Ihaya in the battle in the corner. Luke Miller with that big body feeds Kellen Skellerid. Skellerid's just going to feed one up the wall.
Out of play.
So a little bit different complexion to the second period, Alan.
Well, good defense breeds good offense sometimes, and I think the Heritage game plan here is just to play smart, stay on the defensive side of the puck, box up, box +1 in the defensive zone. Don't give them any clear lanes to the net. Play the game smart, and as I indicated, a lot of times when you get those, you play a solid defensive game, that in itself generates offensive opportunities when there's turnovers. And thus far, I'd say Heritage has played a very, very smart, sound, aggressive defensive game.
Face-off win by Heritage. Cycled back into the corner. Ryan Williams in the corner battling. Brenner in support. Cycled back over to Paranjape. Paranjape through the neutral zone. He feeds a nice one up to Blattbat, and Pinero's going to get there first. Pinero curls in front, feeds just behind Brenner. And Heritage tries to clear off the skate.
Oh, we've got it.
There was a collision with, I believe that was Pinero.
Yeah. Slow to get off the ice.
Pinero makes a change in anguish. Hopefully he's okay. Heritage tries to come up and out. And they turn the puck over again at the blue line, and Ihaya is there, getting harassed across the blue line. But keeps it in. Heritage finally gets that puck up and out. Over to Paranjape. He's going to turn through the neutral zone and feed Ihaya. Ihaya across. Eli Ash with a quick shot and a blocker save. Puck through the neutral zone. There's a chance, but Ash is back to.
That's exactly what I was talking about. So let's call this first.
Got Ihaya coming in. He's got a man in front.
Yep.
Shoots it wide. Back to Peterson. Peterson tries to feed that back down, but Heritage will get that high off the glass, and he gloves it down. There's a one-on-one chance here. This is number 29 for Heritage. Feeds a front. Good-looking chance, but not on net. Eli Ash tries to clear that, and it's intercepted by Heritage in a big collision and a helmet off. Looks like they're going to make a call. It looked like incidental contact. It looked pretty violent, but I don't think it was intentional, Alan.
Well, it may not have been intentional, but I think it's head contact nonetheless, and the infraction is going to get called. Or we're just going to head to the penalty box here. I don't think it's going to be.
Eli Ash.
I don't think he knows he's got the penalty here. He's going to come back off the bench and over to the penalty box. Yeah, finish my thought from earlier. What I was sharing was that was another example in that last breakout for Heritage where they're just playing sound defense in the D zone. They're waiting for a turnover for their opportunity. Then they break out and go. So again, a great example of what I was talking about there. Good defense just turns into an offensive opportunity.
Yeah.
They're not getting a lot of zone time in the in our D zone.
Michael Manville on the penalty kill, creating a little havoc for Heritage, but Heritage does finally stretch out, and a little confusion on the back end.
Good save.
With Carter and Patterson creating that scoring chance by Heritage, and they're going to regroup and get a new group out there for the face-off. So
1:38 to go in the penalty. 5:59 in the second period. A 1-0 lead for the Raiders, and it looks like we might have an equipment issue here with Miller.
Yep, we're got Miller checking his helmet and talking to the referees. He's going to come to the bench and get that checked out. So Ryan Miller, thanks for the TV timeout here.
Yeah, we'll see how much grace they give him. A lot of times if there's an equipment malfunction, he's either got to get a new piece and away he goes, and he does indeed. He gets it right from Elijah. Elijah says, see if this fits. And we're going to have Miller in net with Elijah's helmet while the coaching staff tries to fix Miller's helmet.
Nick Miller, assistant coach, has got his tool belt out and taking a look at that goalie helmet. So meanwhile, we have Ryan Williams, Michael Manville on the PK. Looks like Dylan Paranjape. I'm not sure who's taking the face off. Is that Ian Beck? No, maybe Balatbat. That's Ian Beck.
Yeah.
Beck and Manville out on the PK. Paranjape and Williams. Quick one-time wide of the net by Heritage, setting up the power play. Another quick shot, a pad save. Paranjape's going to chip to Manville. Manville's got a chance, but a nice back check by Heritage. Nullifies the chance. Heritage drops it back. And almost a dangerous turnover, but cycled back deep by Heritage, and got Michael Manville and Beck controlling the play on the PK here momentarily. And a stretch pass on the PK up to the defenseman at the far blue line, Alan.
That's right.
Don't see that every day.
No, it was drawn up that way.
So Heritage looking to stretch, and Regis is going to read that. Paranjape just throws that back down over the blue line. Schick now on the PK with Drew Lorenzo.
Close to too many men on the ice there.
We've got Dylan Paranjape, Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams grabs that, throws it all the way back down. 15 seconds left on the PK, and Heritage, other than a couple wide angle shots, hasn't really gotten a good looking chance here yet.
No, not at all.
Carter Schick.
Got to be careful there, hooking.
Smartly got his stick around the opponent and let go before they called a hooking penalty. So there's a chance, a bit of deflection wide of the net. Luke Miller and Chase Patterson out on D. Chase Patterson with a hard hit. No call. And they're going to ice that all the way down.
It was a little bit in the numbers. He might have turned his back to him, but he got his hands up, got him in the numbers, and the coaches have a...
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, they were already both engaged in the play, and he turned quickly, and he didn't have that dangerous space from the boards. It was a hard hit.
It does, and it is a hard hit, and it does look terrible. A lot of times that is a really tough play on the defender. It's not excusable by any means, but when you got the offensive guy going in the boards and they turn their numbers to you, it's really difficult to pull back on the hit at that point in time. And the fact that he didn't go in with his body, went in with the hands, that doesn't make it any better again, but it's a tough one to prevent. It's a tough one to call.
Breakout pass up to the neutral zone. Balatbat's Going to chip that deep, and Brenner on the forecheck. Brenner loses an edge, goes down, but comes up with it, trying to center the puck. Pinero's back out on the ice. It's good to see Allen. He went down pretty hard with that knee injury early in the year.
Yeah.
It's good to see him back out there taking some strides.
Good job by Patterson there, just taking the body.
Yep.
Getting the lane.
So Heritage off the skate of a Regis player. Matthew Carter chips that back into the neutral zone, and Pinero has found himself one-on-one again in front of the net, and he's tripped up, and that's going to be a call. And boy, with his hands and skill, moving his feet quickly, just drew a penalty going in one-on-one right into the slot.
Yeah, and just some more recognition for Carter there. So Carter in the neutral zone makes a very simple hockey play. He knows he's got Nico going back in the O-zone, just chips it in for an area pass. Nico takes advantage of it, a one-on-one, tries to cut to the inside, gets tripped up, and we're going to go to the power play. 3:06 to go in the second period, 2 minutes of power play time, or what I like to say is 2 minutes or less.
All right, face-off win up to Patterson. Patterson over to Beck. Beck down low to Manville. Manville looking to Peterson wide, deflected off the stick of Heritage. Manville up to Beck. Beck's going to look across the ice to Peterson again, but that saucer pass is a little bit too hot up in the air, and Heritage is going to get to that puck first. But Chase Patterson gets position.
Oh.
Able to make a cross-ice pass. Ian Beck. Miscommunication coming across the blue line, but Manville maintains control. Back up to Patterson. Patterson throws one toward the net, but the rebound comes out. But Patterson able to keep it in momentarily, and now Reese Peterson will come back to collect it. Reese Peterson goes cross ice, off the target, held up in Patterson's stick, and this is a one-on-one. Peterson seals off in the corner, Schick's back to help. Finally, Manville collects it, goes cross ice, off the stick and skate of Peterson. Schick tries a toe drag just inside the blue line, and that gets intercepted and sent down.
I was going to mention that at the beginning of this power play, the last power play, our passes were crisp, they're sharp, they're tape to tape. That's high expectations for the same thing on this one, and unfortunately, we've missed a few of them here again.
Piranjape with a drive on the power play, feeds in front. That's going to come all the way up to Williams. Williams comes across to Brenner. Brenner harassed at the blue line. And in the skate of Williams, and finally up and out. Again, a hot potato at the blue line and an interception. Ihaya didn't notice the Heritage player in the neutral zone, fed it across dangerously, but no damage.
That was a good read by the Heritage player.
Heritage, another quick shot, might have been off the bar. Piranjape down below. Heritage cycling behind the net. Heritage again. Piranjape gets his shin pad in the lane. Heritage picks it up again in the corner. No one in front. But again, a loose puck squirting through legs and feet all over the place, Allen, down here. Heritage tries to dump and hits his own player exiting the zone.
I think we might need to go ask for some frozen pucks because that rubber is bouncing.
Yeah, a little bit like a racquetball tonight.
Holy smokes. 19.9 seconds to go in the second frame, then we'll stop. Another Zam break. It's a 1-0 lead for the RJ Raiders.
Yeah, Manville, Beck, and Schick line out there. Luke Damrath with Luke Miller on D. Ian Beck feeds Luke Miller with that puck and
away we go.
Chips it to Schick. Schick tries to just chip it. Ooh, and a high dump almost hits the high top corner of the net.
Miller equally as effective with Hernandez's helmet.
Yep.
So, see if you can't get that repaired in the intermission. I think we go for a Zam break. Yep, we're going to go for a second period Zam.
I think that's right. So 1-0 after 2 periods here.
No scoring in the second, Will.
No. Strange. Games had a very different complexion between the first and second period. And like you said, passes just not connecting for either team, actually.
Yeah, a lot of times when you see that, where you don't see those tape-to-tape passes and things are a little clunky, it's not always a product of us not playing a good offense or even heritage. It's oftentimes just a good defensive structure, and they're making it look, they may make it look difficult for us. So, yeah, it's
sometimes they deceive you by making you think a lane is open and then closing it up, and that's a lot of what we're seeing here. Passing lanes getting closed off by skates and sticks, breaking up the chance.
It's a tight game. We'll bring you guys some scoring, a little more action here in the third period. See you guys in about 10-15 minutes. The Zebras are on the ice, Will, so that means more action coming to you live from South Suburban Sports Center.
I'm on the edge of my seat wondering what this period's going to look like.
Action-packed, buddy. Action-packed. We're going to see goals.
Something's got to break
galore.
loose. Something's got to break loose for one of these teams here.
Well, I think this is what the secret ingredient is. We're going to move the puck. We're going to play as a team. We're going to get it in deep. We're going to get zone containment, lots of shots on net, and that's going to result in goals galore.
I like it. I like it.
It's been a little stale.
Let's do one more shout out to tonight's sponsors, Alan, shall we?
I was going to say the same, just in case we neglect to do so at the end of the game. Mr. and Mrs. Ihaya.
Yes, indeed, the Ihaya family, a big supporter of Regis hockey and Connors folks. Thank you very much. And also, I might mention the coaching staff for Regis. We've got Grant Woodley, Nick Miller, Brian Miller, and your very own Terry Ott.
And I'm sitting beside one of our coaches as well, Mr. Tony Tucci.
So
I asked him if he wanted to put the headset on. He said, nope. he says, this game is all yours, Alan. All right, let's see a little more offense, a little more speed. Let's have a little more fun in this period, Will.
Well, they always say, you know, the first 7 minutes of the period, the ice is the best. After that, it starts degrading. So you would expect third period tight game for both teams to come out on new ice, moving pretty quick here. So expect to see some action here right off the get-go. And we've got the
Beck, Manville, Schick.
Beck, Manville, Schick, Patterson, and Carter out on D.
Here we go.
Face-off win back to Heritage. Nice step up in the neutral zone. Chips that deep. Wave off the icing. Matthew Carter puts that up to Schick. Schick tries a cross-ice pass, intercepted at the blue line. Into Ian Beck's jersey. And then back down into the corner. So Patterson gets rubbed out in the corner, slips the D, and there's a battle with Beck and Patterson. Patterson collects that puck. He's got Manville all the way up in the neutral zone, and a nice stretch pass off the wall, but intercepted by Heritage, so they'll regroup. Ryan Williams seeing Manville at the far blue line again. Manville gets that intercepted twice in a row right across the blue line, and they regroup. A
lot of dipsy doodle plays that are not working in our favor. We got to get the puck in deep, and let's go chase it down. Spend some time in the O-zone.
Heritage, high shot over the net. Ryan Williams puts that off the wall. Ian Beck up to Manville on the far blue line. Across to Schick, poked at the blue line again by Heritage. Schick down low to Manville. Manville tries to give and go, but loses the puck. And Heritage is going to cycle that back down behind the net. Reverses it. 3 forwards fly the zone. They finally find one of them just off his skate, though, and Paranjape picks that up. Goes to Schick. Intercepted at the red line and back down deep. Quick shot on net. Back up to the point, and another quick shot high of the net and wide. Cycled back down into the corner, and Parker Brenner picks that up.
What Regis has done very well is almost all the shots from Heritage are from the outside well.
Yep. Nico Pinero makes a move down below the goal line on the right-hand side. Drew Lorenzo picks up, cycles back to Pinero for a wraparound. Good save by the goalie. Luke Miller, low shot wide of the net. Heritage brings it up the wall, but nobody there. Luke Damarath comes all the way down to the corner to break up that breakout chance. Pinero cycling around, reverses, tries a drop pass dangerously to Luke Miller. Luke Damarath just feeds Lorenzo over the blue line, and a nice look to Pinero in front, broken up by Heritage. Luke Miller down the wall hard to keep that puck in. Broken up and chipped out. Luke Damarath is back to collect that puck. He's looking up ice, but they're going on a line change, so Luke Damarath takes the neutral zone. Almost draws another penalty. Stick was put right into his skates. He went down on one knee, no call, and got it deep.
I'd argue with you. I think he drew the penalty. It just didn't get called.
Yeah. So turnover, Blattbat fires one, deflected wide of the net. Peterson down there. That could have been a call as well after the play. Two forearms to the.
Might be the first stoppage in play here at 13:50 in the third period.
Yeah. You got Patterson and Carter on D. Blattbat out there with Ihaya and Peterson. Ihaya will take the draw. Ihaya wins the draw back to Blattbat. Quick shot into a Heritage player, and they come up 2-on-2. Big step up by Patterson at the blue line. Matthew Carter checked hard in the zone. Peterson reverses it back down to Carter, who's got a hard forecheck.
There we go.
Finally, Carter comes up, or Patterson comes up with it. Goes to Blattbat just off his stick through the neutral zone. And Heritage throws that down. They're going to wave off the icing. Carter behind the net. Reverses it to Patterson. Patterson looks for the stretch again, but too late. Sniffed out by Heritage. Drop pass. Ihaya intercepts, and here's a 2-on-1 developing with Peterson and Blattbat. Blattbat just snipes it, looks the pass off, and takes the shot. I love it.
So Heritage with a drop pass of their own in the offensive zone that backfired on them. Drop passes just on that blue line are a dangerous thing. As we say, no turnovers on blue lines, they'll backfire on you. So in that case, Blattbat picked up the puck, got flying down the right wing, took a nice shot, and put, yes, the biscuit in the basket, baby.
Well, what I love about that play the most, Alan, is textbook 2-on-1. The defenseman's looking for a pass.
Here we go.
He looked off the pass and then shot it.
And let's say the floodgates open here. Maybe we'll get some energy in the legs. Goals can oftentimes do that. Let's see if we get some speed, connect some passes, and start firing the puck at the net here, Will.
Yeah. Okay.
Will's taking a short break to collect some onion rings from his son.
Gotta eat, Alan. Gotta eat. All right, Manville.
We've been at it for a while here.
Cycling in the corner, feeds in front. Ryan Williams down low, up there, feeds back, and a nice look into the middle. Broken up by Heritage out to the neutral zone. Ryan Williams under pressure. He's going to regroup and go back to Pinheiro behind the net. He goes back to Williams. Pinheiro poked just inside the blue line. Heritage will cycle that back down. Heritage trying to make a move at the blue line, and they lose it, and it gets chipped up and out. Regis will go for a line change. Liam Waters out there, this time with Luke Miller. Parker Brenner's out with Pinheiro, and Kellen Skellerid gets on the ice. So both of our senior captains, Skellerid and Waters, out on the ice together. Pass behind Waters. He has to regroup. Hits Pinheiro. Pinheiro off the skate to Skellerid. Skellerid puts that deep, and he's going to go chase down his own dump. Waters keeps it in and puts it deep again, actually. Gets stopped at the blue line, comes up and out. Parker Brenner regroups back to Pinheiro. Pinheiro back to Brenner, but that puck bounces over his stick.
11:18 to go in the third period. A little more flow to the third than we've probably seen in the first couple periods. I think the key again is let's just move the puck a little bit. The puck moves faster than you do, right?
Yeah, there is definitely a little more speed to the game in this third period. So face-off one back to Heritage. A quick shot and a save. We'll have another face-off. We've got
face-off infraction, so Ihaya gets booted out.
Blattbat, Peterson, and Ihaya out there. Matthew Carter, another stretch pass all the way up to Blattbat. Heritage intercepts and sends that back out. Chase Patterson to regroup. He stretches the opposite side. off the stick of Ihaya, but on net on the deflection, so we'll have a face-off down in the offense.
Love the stretch passes. I think they're a great play. Heritage is defending them very well. So they're not getting caught by the stretch passes. They're blocking the lanes, and if they don't have the lane blocked, their D are sticking man-to-man on that stretch guy on the far side, making it very difficult to connect. A lot of times, if that's not working for you, what you want that stretch guy to do is just chip it in the O-zone and see if we can get somebody coming through the neutral zone with speed to track it down once it's chipped in. Never a bad play to stretch it, get it far into the neutral zone nonetheless.
Heritage wins the draw quickly, gains the zone, but the puck dribbles down deep, and Chase Patterson is down there with the tie-up. He's got support and help from Beck. Finally, Carter comes up with it, goes cross ice to Manville. Manville's got Schick, but a good back check on Heritage. All Manville can do is put it into the corner. He gets checked off the puck, and Heritage is up 3-on-2, but Schick back checking hard. Matthew Carter behind the net. Patterson picks it up. Tries a little bit of a flip pass at the far blue line to Lorenzo, but that ends up on net in a faceoff.
Doesn't work out, but it is on net and causes the goaltender to have to cover it and gives us a offensive zone faceoff and another opportunity in the O-zone. 10:06 to go in the third period. The Regis Raiders are up 2-0 at this point.
All right, so we got Paranjape and Damrath on the point. Different combination here. Got Pinero taking the draw. Brenner, I believe that's Brenner and Lorenzo. Heritage quickly up and out, but puts that into their own bench. So another
face-off.
Face-off. Sorry, Paranjape and Williams at the point. Brenner down in the corner, back up to Williams. To Brenner. Brenner toe drag through the middle, gets intercepted, but Paranjape miscommunication to Williams. Somehow that puck stays in. Ryan Williams tries to make a toe drag through the neutral zone. Puck comes all the way down deep. Ryan Williams flicks back another stretch pass all the way up to Brenner. Off his stick down below the goal line. No icing.
I saw that developing, and I thought I was going to eat my words, Will. That stretch pass was going to work for a clear breakaway, and it almost did.
Yep.
A little bit of a dangerous play there.
Into the bench again.
Heritage coming through the neutral zone, fires one intently, looking to fire one off the glass, but there's no glass there because it's the Regis bench. Everyone's scrambling to find the puck down on that bench now. 9:05 to go in the third period.
Ihaya, Blattbat, and Peterson out there. Liam Waters on, Luke Damrath with Luke Miller on D.
Face it off again, neutral zone. It's for Ihaya.
Face-off win by Heritage. Regroups back to the right D, sent all the way down for an icing. That stretch pass was defended well.
Yes. A lot of O-zone face-offs here, so let's take advantage of them. Let's win the face-off. Set up, get a few shots fired at the net. See if we can put our third one in. Ihaya on the face-off again.
Tie up in the middle, puck ends up in the wall. Blattbat over to Peterson. Peterson and Blattbat battling for it. Squirts out in front, but Ihaya just over his stick, and Heritage got a 3-on-2, defended nicely by Luke Miller.
Great job by Miller.
Blattbat makes a nice move to the middle. Connor Ihaya picks that up, looks to the middle, and he goes cross ice all the way over to Luke Damrath. Luke Damrath kind of fans on the shot, but it was dangerous. Squirted through. Goalie made a save.
Sneaky little shot there. All started by a great defensive play by Miller. Wasn't looking at the puck, just played his man, played the body. Separate the man from the puck, and the man can do nothing with it, right? That creates a turnover. back to the neutral zone, into the O zone, creates an offensive opportunity for the Raiders.
Ian Beck with a face-off win, a beautiful play, tic-tac-toe to Manville.
As we indicated earlier. So Beck is he's got a great read on that. He's realizing in the O zone, he's not getting picked up on the face-off. And if you're not going to get picked up on the face-off, why not win it forward? Because you're going to go direct line towards the net. So he wins that one, wins it forward intently. That was not a mistake. He won that one forward on purpose. Steps out in front of his man who does not take him. And on the back door, was it Manville there? Manville with the beautiful little pass, and Biscuit in the basket again, baby. I don't know how many games I'm going to get to commentate here. I'm going to keep them rolling. Biscuit in the basket is 3-0, Will.
Yep. Face-off win to Carter, gains the red line, dumps that deep. And now Beck's going to go to work behind the net. Checked hard behind the net. Heritage. It's a nice breakout pass, and they're just going to dump it in. Chase Patterson behind the net, hit hard, and a big collision. You could see that coming. Everyone but Chase saw it coming.
So Chase had a word for, I think one, he took a number and then he had a word. I'm going to guess that word was, I'm okay. He bounced right back up, and he is indeed okay. Had his head down. Good clean body check by the Heritage forechecker.
Yep, that was a good hockey play. Face off by Parker Brenner over to the wall. Nero and Williams battling on the wall, can't get it out. Heritage tries to throw one on net, bounces off of Brenner. Paranjape up to Scallerid. Scallerid feeds it ahead. Off Pinero's blade, over the blue line, delayed offsides, but Heritage is up and out, and a nice move, I believe. That might have been Sokolowski, no. They're gonna cycle down low. Heritage with a nice look out in front. Button hooks around, defended nicely by Paranjape there. Up to Scallerid. Scallerid looks to the middle. Feeds Pinero just off his stick. Ryan Williams steps up, gains the zone. He's going to curl around and look cross ice, but just off the skate of a Heritage player, so Paranjape has to regroup. He comes back across to Brenner. Brenner, no look behind the back, drop pass in the neutral zone. It works out because it's on the stick of Pinero. Pinero up through the middle.
Not oftentimes you see 5 guys lined up in the red line. And that was it. That's what we had there.
Heritage chips that up and out. Over to Paranjape, up to Peterson. Peterson coming through the neutral zone, has to come all the way across, gains the right-hand side. He's got Ihaya in front, tries to feed Ihaya, and that puck.
Oh, that's a goal. That baby snuck in.
Did indeed.
He just chipped that towards the net, and let's see if we can get a replay here. It'll come on. Yeah. Oh, it's our screen is frozen.
Might be frozen.
But he just chipped that towards the net, and I don't think the goaltender expected the chip to come his way. Had the 5-hole open and it snuck through. Grabbed it from behind the goal line, pulled it back out, but ref was in his spot, did his job, and called it as it was, a goal. 4-0 for your RJ Raiders. Goals galore.
All right.
I promised it, Will.
Yep, 6 minutes left in the game. Puck tried to clear. Liam Waters steps up just across the red line, feeds Ihaya right across the blue line. Blattbat on the forecheck. Blattbat with a nice hit in the corner. Waters steps up, throws one to the net off the shin pad of a Heritage player. Back out to Luke Miller. Luke Miller's going to throw that cross ice dump, and they're going to change it up.
I put a little credit to the commentators that come out here week in, week out and do this. We miss you. The job is not an easy one.
Heritage with a shot on net.
Nice save.
Yeah.
Not an easy one. Ishmael, Gabby, Annika, Mr. Osgood. Who am I missing? Who comes out here and does this every week?
Yeah, McDonough once in a while.
McDonough.
Brousseau on the JV side, but a lot of great folks chipping in.
We did it last year. We did it the year before. We had a little bit of a turnover in commentating. Ishmael's been part of it all along. Boy, Gabby comes here. Annika, we got big shoes to fill. These guys do a fantastic job at both the color and play-by-play, right, Will?
Yep, indeed. Beck with it behind the net, cycling around. Patterson, Damarath at the point. Patterson over to Damrath. Damrath shoots it, blocked by a Heritage player. Tries to dump it back deep in. But Schick poked right in front of the net, and
Smart play.
smart play by the goalie, freezing that.
4:58 to go in the third period. Yeah, oftentimes we're on the road or we got schedules that conflict, so we tune in, we listen to the game that's being broadcasted as we're driving home for ours, and I'm just thoroughly entertained. I think that the crews do an incredible job.
Well, and
I was a little nervous coming into this one, I thought.
yeah, they make it easy.
Yes.
Shaw Productions with the setup is really nice.
All brought to you by the sponsors that allow us to do this week in, week out as well.
Yep. Kellen Scalrud out there with Drew Lorenzo putting on a hard forecheck in the corner. Brenner picks that up, goes cross ice, but Heritage picks that up, and a little collision between Lorenzo and Scalrud in the neutral zone. But a nice hard check by Ryan Williams in the neutral zone on Heritage. And Yahaya loses an edge behind the net. Parker Brenner comes up. He's looking up ice. Feeds one through the middle to Drew Lorenzo, just off his stick. Heritage picks that up. Matthew Carter sends it back up the wall, and a chip in. Parker Brenner heading to the net. Nice stick by Heritage to break that play up. Drew Lorenzo battling on the wall. Heritage is going to take refuge behind the net. Stopped dangerously. Drew Lorenzo still forechecking. He's going to get support by Peterson. Regis comes up with it behind the net. Peterson looking in front. He's got Ryan Williams cross ice. Goes to Ryan. Ryan's going to look back to the middle. Liam Waters with a grade A chance, but Heritage steps right into the lane and blocks the shot. So Blattbat will come back to collect it. Back over to Waters. Into his skates. Kind of rimmed it. Heritage picks that up, but 4 Regis defenders between the net and the player, so Heritage trying to cycle it down in the corner. They do. Guy in front.
Yeah.
Just off his stick.
We lost our coverage there in the D zone.
Yep. Heritage cycling, but can only seem to stay on the perimeter, Alan, down here in the Regis zone, and that's going to be a penalty on Regis here.
Yeah. I think he's going to call that for interference, and that is indeed the call, interference. Always tough to call those interference or to accept those interference calls when the guy that gets interfered has possession of the puck, but he tipped it forward a little bit. Got bodied off the lane he was taking, and arm went up by Mr. Zebra there, and we're going to go to the PK. So he's calling a 4-minute penalty here.
Wow. And
that is going to be accompanied with an unsportsmanlike penalty. So I didn't entirely agree with the call, and it appears that Ihaya didn't either. So, and Ihaya may have expressed that to the referee, and that results in the last 2 minutes and 53 seconds of the third period being a short-handed.
He just wanted another shout out for the game sponsor tonight.
He did.
Before the game was over. 2:49 left in this contest, and be on the PK for the entirety potentially.
Potentially, yes. There's one way you can be assured of getting on the score sheet, and I did that a lot in hockey, Will.
Yeah, and Ihaya is going to be escorted out. Or not. Escorted back to the bench. I'm not sure what's going on here, Alan. I've never seen that.
So I think maybe the unsportsmanlike, so the confusion there may have been the unsportsmanlike was actually on, is it Miller in the box?
Ryan Williams.
Williams in the box. And I think they sent an extra guy to the box to take it.
Got it.
Thinking it was going to be a 2-man advantage, but it wasn't. So our apology to the sponsor in the game, and it's an empty net, by the way.
I think Connor jumped in the box just so we would say his name.
It's an empty net, by the way, so it's going to be a 6-on-4 here for the last 2:16.
Heritage with a quick look with that extra 2 players down here. Aaron Jappe tries to collect the puck in the corner, but Heritage with those extra players, is able to move it around.
Nice job.
Good stick
That was
by
Miller.
Luke Miller.
Yep.
Heritage goes D to D, but over the blue line. Good back check by Pinero there. Carter Schick's going to go area pass.
Smart
Nice
play by
shot.
Schick, too.
Yeah.
He could have easily turned and tried to fire that deep into the O-zone, hoping for an empty net goal, but did the right thing and just got it into the neutral zone deep and chased it down. Well, it wouldn't have been an icing anyways since we're on the PK.
Yep. Regis does a nice job clearing. Heritage is going to get a reload here with their 6 players. Gains the zone on the right-hand side and a quick shot on net, but wide of the net. But it comes out and is held into the zone. They go cross ice, but just off the sweet spot of the player, and Ian Beck is going to rifle that back down. It's all the way down. Manville forechecking hard on the 4-on-6, but their skates get tangled up with each other, and now Heritage is coming up 4-on-2. Heritage tries that drop pass. Ian Beck almost intercepts it. Heritage tries the one-timer. Fans on it. Patterson battling behind the net. Ian Beck and Patterson on this left-hand side.
30.
Heritage is
30 to go, Will.
30 to go, and Heritage is overloading this left-hand side, but still can't get it out in front for an opportunity, and that deflected. That was from behind the net, a shot, and it bounced off Patterson and then hit the goalie.
Patterson doing the right thing, just trying to keep the puck below the goal line. It was a hard pass out front, and as you indicated, just a deflection that popped back up and pretty high risk. It almost bounced right into the net. And at this point in time, that's all Heritage is looking to do, is to spoil the no scoring they have. That's all I'm going to say. And it looks like they're heading to the box as well. So
Credit to Ryan Miller here tonight.
we got matching minors. So it'll remain a power play for the last 20.7 seconds for Heritage.
Well, that one caught Miller by surprise, but he was in the right position, hugging the post.
Yep.
With 20 seconds left.
I think we got Skollerud out on the PK, last 20 seconds.
Skollerud, Lorenzo.
Nice win. Nice
Matthew
win.
Carter and Dylan Paranjape, and that's a win. That's going to send it all the way down and
That should close it up, I think.
might do it.
One last shot for Heritage. 8 seconds to go. Much better third period, Will.
Yep. One shot deflected
There
off
it
of
is.
Paranjape, and that's it. And a little bit of shenanigans by Heritage after the whistle.
Silly stuff.
It's going to get under the skin of Lorenzo, but quickly ends here, thankfully.
Eyeballing the ref here out of all that nonsense at the end of the game. A little bit of nonsense at the end of the game resulted in one more slashing penalty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in a 4-0 loss, there's a little frustration. I was glad to see it wasn't much more than a shove and done with.
Listen, Heritage played a great game. The first 2 periods, again, a very defensive postured game. They played smart hockey. They created some offensive opportunities. It was tight. Came to the third period. We just played their game. Kept the offensive, the forecheck strong. Created some more opportunities. And as I said, we closed out strong here.
Well, and congrats. And
it's a great weekend for Regis.
yeah, and congrats to Skollerud and Waters. They fit right in tonight. I know they were excited. Both of them played great games out there tonight. Really glad to see that.
2 great games.
Yep, 2 great games today. That's exactly right. Well, that'll do it for us.
One more time for the Hayas.
Yep.
Thank you for the sponsorship.
Jason and Janine, thank you so much.
How privileged and honored are we to be able to join the program here and do some commentating. Second time for me this year, first time for you.
Think so.
Hopefully we'll get an invite to do it again. We miss you, Ish and team. Gabby, you'll be back on the mic next weekend.
Raider Nation, have a great weekend and a great night.
Yeah.